Cyberbrainer is an online training platform designed to help individuals and teams learn the latest technologies and become certified professionals, producing a comprehensive learning experience.
So this is just a small chart which is going to show you how exactly your workers can actually be grouped into a supervisory organization and the hierarchy and the structure that is there. That is number 1. I think we would have already seen this. We have already seen, and probably you would have created one as well yesterday. So, if you see, just to explain this, Elvis is going to be the CEO of this particular organization, which is their manufacturing corp, and he is also the manager over here, and there are like multiple people who are reporting on to him, which is called as the administrative group, and administrative group has a subordinate support called sales production, R&D, and again the next one is called with the production department, which is going to be the subordinate of sales production and R&D. Now did you observe something? Members of the organization are all part of the same support, whereas the manager is from one level above. So this is a very, very fundamental thing. When I am going to have somebody as a manager in any supervisory organization, they need to be at least one level above. I can have them at a different level as well, but predominantly it is one level above. I could even have somebody at a CEO who is the manager, but we generally don't go by that only. When I am going to say that the person is going to be part of, or if I am going to have a production department manager, I can have them only as a member of sales, production, and R&D. Only a member of sales, production, R&D can be the manager of production. Only a member of administrative group can be a member of sales, production, R&D. Only exception could be JRA Manufacturing Cup, because JRA Manufacturing Cup is the CEO organization. If you see the hierarchy of that CEO organization, that organization will report onto itself. JRA Manufacturing Cup will report to the same organization, which means it is the apex. It is the apex level. So it is going to report onto itself. So Elvis Bradley will be the only exception. The way that we create the hierarchy or structure. Clear on this fundamental thing. I can have even Elvis Bradley as the production manager's manager, production department manager, but only thing is, Elvis Bradley should be a part of this support. Only then I can have this person assigned. Production department is the subordinate organization of sales, production, and R&D. For sales, the superior organization is administrative group. It just goes from right on to left. Production, sales, production at stake, production R&D at administrative, and then the state top-level JRA Manufacturing Cup, which is a CEO level organization. This is how the hierarchy is. You can just transverse it and imagine as something like a tree structure. The way I am going to structure my organization depends. And again, I can also have a manager, given by inheritance. Why I just picked up that particular example was in your live tenant when you go into. Okay, let me show you that. Because the reason why I was actually putting that particular structure or that particular question, because this will come up when you go into your tenant and I go to my university organization of Carly Technology Consulting NA and I go to her org structure. Alright. Good tomorrow. When you look at it, if you see you have 4 managers, I think yesterday we had 2 and there is some changes which has been made. So we have like 4 people who are assigned as managers. Jamie Stone and Betty Lee, whereas Betty Lee is not over here because it comes via inheritance, because Betty Lee is at the top. If you see, Betty Lee is over here as well, and if I go to the top, all the way to the top, here also, she is the manager at consulting. She is also managing at the operation, supervisory, and all the way to the executive management group. One worker can be part of only one supervisory organization, but it doesn't restrict Elvis Bradley from being the supervisor of production department. Alright. Let's move on to the next one. Like what we saw over here, of worker can be assigned to only one supervisory organization. That's number 1. Number 2. Manager of a supervisory organization is never a member of the same supervisory organization that they manage. You've already seen that. The third one. Manager of a supervisory organization is hired at a superior organization that they manage. It depends on how the organization structure is going to look like. What I gave you was more of a real-time example, based on how the business may want to have it. But in an ideal world, it's going to be a sequential, or it's going to be like bottom to top. It's going to be more of a bottom to top. That's how I'm going to be managing my hierarchy. Alright. So let's move on to the next question. Bring the next one. Organization roles. I think we did see as few things yesterday as well. So security controls for position is what I'm going to call it as roles. So for each organization I may have different roles and responsibilities. So let me just show you the roles for this supervisory organization, called as Tech Consulting. Like I said, the members are going to be Amit Patel, Karali, Jocelyn, and Joe. All of these are members, and it is managed by the supervisory organization's manager. Now let's go to the role. Alright. So, like I said yesterday, there are a couple of things that you need to note over here. One is called as assigned roles. Another one is called as inherited roles. If I'm going to say that somebody is assigned role, the person is going to be assigned this particular role at that supervisory organization. And if I do have inheritance enabled, then it is also going to be flowing down to the reporting supervisory organizations, or the subordinate supervisory organizations. If I have inheritance enabled, alright. Otherwise it's going to be assigned only at that particular level. For example, for this particular or supervisory organization, Logan McNeil is assigned as an absence partner. And if, at an absence partner level, I do have inheritance enabled, then it's going to flow down all the way to the bottom. And yesterday we saw about Kelly Brown. Kelly Brown, the administrative assistant, is assigned at 3 levels above my current supervisory organization. So it flows down all the way to the bottom, most subordinate supervisory organization. Clear on this? This is typically how the roles work in a real-time case. It could be completely different for this particular case. I think this is a demo tenant. So we have around 282 roles which are assigned. But in a real-world scenario, I may not have all of these roles. And where this role comes in, for example, let me give you an example, a simple case. Say, a person is going to be going on a long-term leave, maybe due to medical reasons, personal sabbatical, or even for higher education. So say, for example, Aranit's going to apply for a long-term leave for education purposes for a year. I'm going to take a sabbatical for some educational personal reasons. I will first submit a request, which needs to go across to the manager for approval. Post the approval by the manager. It needs to be informed. Like I said in the previous week, it needs to be informed to the absence partner. And where does that absence partner come in? Is from this particular role assignment. Clear on where this actually is going to be used in a real world. Or if I'm going to take another example, let's take this particular organization, which is technology consulting, and carefully ask, if you are going to apply, say, a long-term leave, possibly first it will go to the manager. Next it will go to the absence partner Sale, Logan McNeil, for either information or approvals, since it is going to be a long-term leave. And I can have a number of different roles assigned at a supervisory organization level. It is not necessary for me to have it only at supervisory organization level. I could have other roles or assignments or location and other places as well. But this is specifically where the assignment comes in. The person to whom it is assigned to comes in from this particular place. Absence partner. So this is just a little bit advanced. Probably. If you're not able to follow, I'm just showing you only this particular screen. It's a little bit advanced, but I will show only where this configuration is going to come in from. So if I see over here, I have something called as absence partner assignment role, because I'll be taking this in detail 2 or 3 weeks from now, which is in security. I have since partner assigned, and this is enabled at a supervisory organization level. And I do have an option over here, which I'm going to say assigned to single assignment, which means I cannot have more than one person assigned at a supervisory organization, which means I cannot have multiple people assigned. If I have this checkbox enabled, I will not be having it the rest of them. Just leave it for now. We will see it in detail. This is where this config comes in. For now, I'm just only giving you at a very.
Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.